The monkey grabbed my fingers tightly and kept bending them backward. The pain was unbearable, and I felt like I was about to break down, but I never stopped him. Then I reached for a small ball on the floor, but the monkey deliberately pushed it a little farther away. Frustrated, I snatched the ball back, yet he just laughed happily. He knew he was helping me with my rehab exercises, and this kind of training repeated itself countless times every single day. A long time ago, with only 6 weeks left before college, my entire life was suddenly destroyed. After a diving accident, bacteria from the lake entered my bloodstream through my nose. My brain became severely inflamed, and I developed a rare, deadly illness. I survived, but my lower body was left completely paralyzed. From that moment on, my life felt chained down. Every day, I depended on a wheelchair just to get by. The bright future I once had was shattered overnight, leaving behind nothing but endless despair. I used to dream about giving my parents a better life, but instead I became their biggest burden. I would stare at the fish in the pond and wish I could dive into the water again like I used to. For a while, I even thought about ending my life in the same way I once loved most. Thankfully, my father realized what I was thinking before it was too late. Watching me live in misery every day broke my mother's heart. Hoping to give me a reason to live again, she contacted an independent living association and asked about animal-assisted therapy. Not long after, we received an invitation to visit their treatment center. There were many people with disabilities there, all searching for hope just like me. As a special guest, I was taken into a room where a monkey with a white face, black fur, and a curled tail was sitting quietly. At first, I just thought he looked cute. I didn't believe he could actually help me, but then, he suddenly raised his arm and opened his hand to greet me. Everyone in the room was shocked. Later, I learned that the monkey's name was Gigi. 4 years earlier, he had been rescued from a circus. After professional training, he had learned to help people much like a service dog. But building a real bond would take time and patience. Only when humans and animals become true companions can they really understand each other. When I found out Gigi had also suffered through years of pain and hardship, something inside me changed. I slowly rolled my wheelchair closer and looked him in the eyes. Gigi never looked away. It was as if he silently understood everything I was going through. From that day on, Gigi officially became part of my family, and that decision completely changed my life. He moved into my observation room and gradually became part of my daily routine. He watched me struggle through even the smallest tasks and understood how much pain I carried. Even the simplest movement was incredibly difficult for me. Late at night, I would talk to Gigi about my suffering, and he would quietly stay in his cage listening to me. One day, I told my therapist that Gigi didn't seem to be changing anything. I even said I didn't think he could help me and that I might send him back soon. But Gigi heard every word. He stared at me with wide eyes, almost like he realized he had failed. Right then, my rehab ball suddenly rolled onto the floor. Gigi rushed over, picked it up, and gently placed it back into my hand. Then he climbed onto my shoulder and quietly rested there. I froze. Emotion hit me all at once. After that moment, Gigi became the most important part of my recovery. He helped me turn pages, practice piano with me, and even assisted during therapy sessions. Every time I made even the slightest progress, he would jump around excitedly in celebration. At the pharmacy, he would run back and forth bringing me medicine and handing me things I needed. Everyone was amazed by how intelligent he was. Little by little, Gigi's constant companionship healed the part of me that had been closed off for so long. He gave me hope for the future again. Soon, the two of us could often be seen laughing together around town. The home that had once been filled with sadness slowly became full of laughter again. And with Gigi's help, my paralyzed body even began regaining feeling. One day, we went grocery shopping together. Gigi immediately grabbed his favorite snack, and his cute, clever behavior caught the attention of a girl nearby. To my surprise, she turned out to be my first love. After all those years apart, we both had so much to say, yet neither of us knew how to start. Ironically, it was Gigi who broke the awkward silence. He somehow gave us a reason to talk. The girl even fed him a blueberry, making all of us laugh. But happiness never lasts forever. She had to leave for work, though before leaving, we exchanged phone numbers. Just as we were about to leave, a strange woman suddenly approached us. At first, I thought she was going to compliment Gigi too, but instead she warned us that bringing animals into stores and places with food was illegal. She claimed monkeys could carry deadly viruses and threaten public safety. My mother immediately argued back, explaining that Gigi was a therapy assistance animal whose purpose was to help me regain my independence, so he should be allowed in public places. But the woman refused to back down. She insisted monkeys were a special exception. The conversation ended badly. The next day, police officers came to our house. Later, we learned the woman was extremely influential in the area, and even served as the chairwoman of the Tennessee Social Committee. She had previously pushed for a ban on live chicken sales in Davidson County, and it was clear she had no intention of leaving Gigi alone. She filed multiple accusations against us and even submitted complaints to the ASPCA. Everyone knew we were about to face a difficult fight. Fortunately, the officer who came to our home sympathized with me. In the end, he only gave us a verbal warning and advised me not to take Gigi out unless absolutely necessary because it would only create more trouble. But fate seemed to have other plans. Not long later, I received a text from my first love inviting me to a party. She specifically asked me to bring Gigi along. Since becoming paralyzed, it was the first social invitation I had received. I was so excited that I accepted immediately. Gigi was thrilled too and eagerly helped me get ready. The moment we arrived at the party, Gigi became the center of attention. My first love walked over and introduced me to everyone, even saying I was the most important guest there that night. Since my paralysis, it was the first time I truly felt respected and appreciated again. Meanwhile, Gigi completely stole the show. He happily joined different games while people all around us pulled out their phones to record the adorable monkey. But the next day, videos from the party suddenly went viral online. The same woman from the grocery store showed up outside my house with members of an animal rights organization. Holding signs, they demanded that Gigi be released into the wild immediately. Soon, the media and the internet exploded with attention over the situation. Before long, the Animal Protection Committee held a hearing. During it, I shared my personal story and told everyone that Gigi was far more than just a pet. He was family. He was the reason I found hope to live again, but the woman kept insisting on the law. In the end, the vote passed 2-1 against us. I lost the case. I had no choice but to say goodbye to Gigi. On the day we separated, he seemed to understand everything already. He motioned for me not to cry, then gave me a warm hug and gently kissed my face before climbing into the cage on his own. After that, he was gone from my life. For a long time afterward, my whole family lived in constant worry. I couldn't stop wondering what Gigi might be going through. My mother often looked through old photos, remembering the days he spent with us. Then one day, my grandmother handed my mother a newspaper. Across the front page was a headline that read, "Capuchin monkeys are legal to own in North Carolina." In that moment, our family finally saw hope again. We decided to sell our house and move to North Carolina. And on the day we arrived at our new home, that familiar figure finally appeared in front of me once again.